Hey, it's Shannon.
And artists.
And today we're going to talk about setting yourself apart from the competition. Stay tuned.
Alright, so like Shannon said, we're going to talk about a little bit about setting yourself apart from the competition. There's a well-known author named Andy Andrews. He says, to play a game at a level where the competition doesn't even know that there's a game being played. So that's the best way to win a competition, is if the competition doesn't even know that they're in a competition, that they're even competing. Kind of like when you're at that light, and you're the first one up to the light, and you see someone pull up next to you, and then you're sitting there and you're like, I can take them off the line, and you take off from hopefully not speeding, but you take off a little bit faster than the guy or girl next to you, because they don't even know that it's a race. And you know what? You win that race just about every single time. Same thing with your business. You want to make sure that you're winning that race, that you're winning over that client, over your competition at a level that they don't even know that a game's being played, that they're even competing with you. One way to do that is like with that people like to call it white glove service. That same author, Andy Andrews, tells a story of when his son was a kid, and he would go to the pharmacy to get, of course, prescriptions, stuff like that. One of the things he would do is he would drive 45 minutes to an hour out of the way to this certain pharmacist who would come anytime that Andy would come in with his son, the pharmacist would come around the counter, and shake the come down and do a firm handshake with his son, and talk to his son like he was a normal person, not talk down to him like he was a kid, but just talk to him normally, like he would do with any other person. And Andy says that he would drive that 45 minutes just to have that experience, because of course he had the normal chain pharmacies, the Walgreens, the CVS, that kind of stuff around where he lives, but they wouldn't give him that same level of service that this one pharmacist would. So he didn't mind driving out of the way. Of course, it probably cost a little bit more because it was a little mom and pop shop, and also probably cost a little bit more for gas, of course. But he didn't mind doing that because it was the level of service that he was paying for.
Yep, absolutely. There's so many stories of different experiences like that. I just heard one the other day about a cab driver. And this guy, is at the airport. He goes up to the cab. The cab driver hops out, runs over. He's wearing a suit, white gloves, almost like a limo driver. Opens his door, gets him in the car. He said the car was completely spotless, clean inside and out. He's sitting there, and the guy says, hey, this is how far it's going to take to get to your destination. This is the route we're going to take. Gives him a timeline of when he's going to get there. Offers him something to drink. He says, hey, there's a thermos with hot coffee if you'd like some coffee. And the guy kind of joked and said, nah, I don't really drink coffee. I'd love a ginger ale or something like that. And he goes, oh, there's a cooler right here that has waters, sodas, and there might be a ginger ale in there. So he gives him something to drink, and he's like completely shocked. And then he gives him a little card that's like laminated, and he said it had all the stations that he could pick from, so he could tell the cabbie like what music that he wanted to listen to. And he said, hey, and if you don't want to listen to music and you just want to sit there's some magazines back there on the seat that you can feel free to read, or there's a Bible if you'd like to read the Bible. And so the guy proceeds to ask him like, whoa, like this is the best experience I've had in a cab in my life. Like, what made you decide to do this? And he said that when he first started in the first year of his career being a cabbie, that all of his clients were mad and frustrated and angry with traveling, and he was frustrated. He noticed that all of the other cab drivers were the same. Like everybody just had a bad attitude, and nobody was happy. And he was like, I don't want to work in a job where everyone around me is always upset. And he was like, so I started thinking about ways that I could make the experience better for the client when they would get in the car. And he said, and I had very, very good responses from my clients, early on, just quickly. It changed the experience like 100% basically. And so he said he just kept stepping it up until he pretty much was like a limo driver in a yellow cab. But he proceeded to tell the guy that after his second year, he tripled his income because of that. And and he's happy, and his clients are happy. And like, can you imagine getting into a cab? You think it's going to be a terrible experience, but then you have an experience like you're in a limo. I mean, that's setting yourself apart from the competition. And I started thinking about this. I did a loan. It was for this author also. His name's Ryan Leake. And afterwards, he gave me the best review probably I've ever gotten, and it was very short and sweet. But he said that Shannon Alexander and Team Alexander were the Chick-fil-A of mortgage, and it just dropped my jaw, because what do you think about when you think about Chick-fil-A? Every single time you go there, they're like, my pleasure. You're in and out very quickly. It's an amazing experience, and they're one of those. That's one of the things that they do that sets themselves apart from other chain restaurants, right? There's another one, In-N-Out Burger. Like, you go there and they ask you if you're dining in the car, and if you are, they give you placemats and all of, open up all the food so that you can eat it like you're in a restaurant in your vehicle. There's places that go above and beyond the competition to give that white level service to their clientele, and it doubles, if not triples, their business by just those small acts, those small things to change the level of the experience to the consumer.
Yeah, that's awesome. And those kind of things, you may not always be the cheapest, you may not always be the least expensive, but if you can give that top tier level of service, that's a great way of winning over other clients. So what type of things are you doing in your business, or would you like to do in your business that are above and beyond what the normal person in your business or your line of work does? We'd love to hear from you. You can reach out to us by phone at 254-295-0905. You can reach out to us by email at teamalexander@fairwaymc.com, or on our website at teamalexandercares@fairwaymc.com. No, Team Alexander Cares, www.teamalexandercares.com. Sorry, a little fuzzy up here today. Yeah, please reach out to us. Comment in the box below also what the things you're doing in your business set yourself apart from everybody else. If you don't mind sharing those secrets. So we'll talk to y'all next time.
Bye.
Bye.